This is our all-in-one complete diabetic foot lab, model diabetic mini lab. This consists of multiple devices in one machine. We have an unidirectional 8 MHz Doppler for ABI. We have a PPG sensor for toe pressure and measuring TBI. We have digital biotensiometer built in. We have the plantar pressure podia scan built in, and we also have a thermometer, IR thermometer, and this has got a software. The software works on any Windows 7, 8 or 10 system. So the software also helps to capture the data and then generate multiple reports. There is also a master report in the software that can capture patient's history, clinical information, and also the actual measured data, and then give one complete report. So with the master report, you will get ankle brachial index, and then we have the biotensiometry, and we have 10 gram monofilament, we have the podia scan foot pressure measurement, and finally the foot temperature. So these are the 6 reports you will get with this machine. So this you can see now, this is the main unit, diabetic mini lab, and it is supplied with a trolley. We also give a all-in-one inkjet printer. Normally we supply Canon E470. You can use anything equivalent to that, or HP 2135 series, and if you want you can also use it with some other printer which is compatible to our software. Kindly contact us in case if you need any details about the printer selection. This comes in a trolley. The laptop can be sit on the top of the trolley. We don't supply the laptop because mostly the clients, they used to have the laptops with them. So we give the complete system including the printer, excepting the computer. It comes in the nice trolley which has got a movable wheels and which can be locked. So this is the vibration probe. You can see this. So this is the vibrator. So, and then you have the 8 MHz Doppler ultrasound. You have the PPG torque sensor, and this we have both hand switch and foot switch. This is the hand switch. This is for activating any recording with the system. We also give a foot switch. If somebody is, they can use it with the foot. They can they can remove this and then they can connect the foot switch. And then you have a non-contact IR thermometer FT4. So these are all the components supplied with this. Now we will see how when you are testing it on the patient, what are all the functions you will get. Then we will see it on the system. This is our diabetic mini lab icon. Double click it. We'll go into the automatically detects the port, communication port. It says COM7 connected, diabetic mini lab, and you can see the USB symbol is on. So that means the device is automatically connected. You don't have to configure any connection. In our older versions, you have to select the COM number, but here we don't need to do that. It automatically detects the COM port. And this is our main screen. If you see here on the top, we have a menu called new, old, edit, delete, reports, hospital setting, application setting, user manual, and on this side the measurements: Doppler, VPT, 10 gram monofilament, ODA scan, food temperature, and then all preview, MR previews, master report preview, delete, exit, find port. Okay, and here in the bottom you can see clinical history. It gives about the patient height, weight, and then the sugars, cholesterol, and all the values. Okay, and then medical history, physical examination. Okay, so this is, of course, if you want a master report to be generated, then we have to switch on this. And if we do not want the master report, then we don't bother about this. I think presently I have switched off this report. Could be, we will check that actually. We will see one by one. New is actually whenever a patient comes to your hospital for the first time, new to this test, then you have to select new. Suppose if the same patient comes back after 3 months or 6 months for a review, you want to do one more test, then you should select old. You should not select new. Okay. So if you select old, and then you can search the patient name and ID, and then you do the test so that all the data will sit under the same name, so that even if he comes 10 times, all the data will be there date wise under this name. If you keep on using new, and then every visit is considered as a new patient, and that means you will be generating, if he is coming 10 times, means you will have 10 entries, 10 new entries. So that should not be the case. Okay. So only for the first time when he comes new, and thereafter anytime, whenever he comes, select old. Edit, in case you have done something wrong while you typing the patient details, some spelling mistakes, you can edit it. Or you have done a measurement, after saving it, and then you realize that you have done a mistake, you want to redo it, then you can use edit. Okay, we will see how we can do all these tests. Delete is deleting a particular person, I mean maybe a particular visit, or a complete data of one particular patient can be deleted. Reports, all the data are saved not as a report but as a data. So anytime, uh, in case probably if the patient is not having the copy of the previous report, or you do not have the copy of the previous report, you want to see how what are the readings in the previous visit, then you can use reports. Hospital setting is one time. Okay, so if you see, click it, you can see the submenus, logo, hospital logo. You can create letterhead with logo and all the headings. So for that you have the logo. Suppose the logo is not good, you want to replace it, you can delete it and you can replace it again. Okay. Header, so when you click logo, so it will open, and then it will ask for the location. Once you select the location, let's see. Okay, I have a location, so it asks for the bitmap, jpg. Okay, then .ico format, anything you have is okay. Okay, so I'm selecting the logo, so it says successfully uploaded. Header. Okay, so the hospital name, by default our name will be there. You can replace it, you can type, and you can change this. Change it, you can change the font style. Okay, okay, font, I am saving a different font. See, the size is not good, so I can 20 is also not good. Then I can even say straight away, I can say 40. You can type in 20, then it says the maximum 20. Okay, so then in that case I have to select a different font. Okay, no problem. Okay, and if you want, you can change the color. Okay, you can change the color from, okay, now I will change it to, okay, blue is now changed. The same way we can edit and change everything. And this is save, and save and exit. This is exit without saving. So I will just exit without saving. So this is a preview. You can have a look at it, how the letterhead will look like. See, we have added the logo, and then the whatever on top of this, you can see it. Maximum you can have 3 or 4 lines only. Do not add more, otherwise then the lines will come down, and then it will distort the whole report. Okay, so I'm exiting without saving. Consultant. Okay, you can add the consultant name and the specialization. I already have one consultant name here. It says Ilamgo Diabetologist. So I can add new. I can say um, from the Shaker. Let me see, consultant, vascular surgeon. Then you can save. You can see here. So added like that. You can add multiple consultant. If it is a single owner hospital, naturally only one name. If it is like Apollo Hospital means there will be multiple consultants, then you can add all their consultant names, so that it's easy for you to, when you do that testing, you can easily select it. Okay, so I am exiting. Referral. So you may be getting some referral from your friends or some doctors who are not owning this machine, or from some other specialty. So if you want their name, you can type in the software. Otherwise, if he is going to send continuously, instead of typing it every time, if you want to have it as a storage, then I can do it here. And I'm saying Kumar. Okay. And you can also type in email ID in case you want to send the report by mail to him. So this system allows you to do it. But only thing is, you should have uh, mail from, you should have a Gmail. It will not work with any other mail. So you should work only with Gmail. So once you configure it, then you can send it to anyone. Okay. So I'm not doing it. So I'm just saying, okay. Okay, it says Kumar at gmail.com. Okay. Exit. Examiner. That means technician. Because in corporate hospitals, they always have accountability. They would like to know who is taking their recording, so you can type in their name. Okay, so you can have multiple also. And again, so you want this to come on the report. Okay, um, so if you want to show it, then you can show. Now it is presently it is in hidden mode. um, so whatever is selected, that will be in deselected mode. Whatever is going to be done, that will be in active mode. Okay, so it is already in hide, so you will not see it in the report, but you will see here actually. Okay, then the mail to, okay, this is not required at the moment. This again. So okay, application setting, patient history. So patient history is this one. So it is already, you can see here, it is in fade. Fade means already it is in off, so I made it off. So if you want, you can make it on actually. So let's make it on. So it says patient history turned on. Fine. And then automatic ID generation. See,
corporate hospitals and few hospitals, they have their own unique ID for every patient, patient IDs for every patient. So in such situation, we don't need the automatic IDs to be generated. Okay. Now it is on actually because it is failed. So in that such case, you can make it off so that the software allow you to type in the ID. But small hospitals they don't maintain that. So what they do is they keep on type some random numbers. So instead, so when by default we select this, so that means the computer will select the ID so that there will not be any wrong data in the system. Okay, so let it be. I will okay let it be there as it is. Okay. Email export on off. Okay, that is the menu is switched on or switched off. Suppose if you are not going to email any data or you are not going to export the data, better leave it off. So by default it is off. Otherwise you can make it on. So you can see here additional two buttons are come. Okay. So for the demonstration purpose, I will just leave it as it is. Okay. Then email setting. So this is the email I am using. So I have kept the um, mail details, then my mail ID and then my password for that. So we don't capture your password; it will be there only here, and then it will be saved. So you have to type in your Gmail and your password and save it. Then whenever you are exporting it by email, it will go to the other person using your mail ID. Okay. Backup. So after a few years, the data will be heavy. So you can back it up. You can store it in an external drive or in the same computer in a different location. Or sometimes your computer may be corrupted because of some virus. So you want to erase the whole thing and then want to reboot with the new Windows installation. In such situation, you can connect an external drive and you can do the backup so that all your data will be sent to the pen drive. And later, after you do all the correction, then you can install this software and then straight away go to restore. Okay, so when you say backup, it will ask for the location. So you have to select the location and then say save, it will be saved. The same way, when you are doing the restore, it will it is asking sometimes the existing data may be lost. Okay, say yes, then it is asking for the location. You have to select the correct location, and then when you say OK, then all the data are transferred back to the software so that you don't lose any data. The application title is actually for the reports. Okay. You can change the report title, and this is the user manual. Okay. It gives you the complete PDF manual. About 57 pages are there. Okay. So at any point of time, you can add it out. So you can read it through here. So this is it. So what we will do is now we will just show you one new patient entry, and then or I can take one old patient also. Okay, so I have selected Suresh. Okay, so but here I have only 3 patients. Assuming you have 40-50 patients, so it will be randomly your patient name will be there. So what I can do is, so I can here this is a search patient search box. You can type 4 letters, then you select this, then it will show you all the names with SURE. Okay, then you can select, or you can increase it to, or you can straight away search Suresh. Then it will show you all the Suresh. Okay, and then you have to select Suresh. Of course, then you have there will be one Suresh, but there will be different patients under the same Suresh ID. So in that case, you can select the ID. multiple ID will be there. You can select the particular ID, or you can select by typing the patient ID itself instead of the name, so that you will get the correct person. Okay. So now I have selected. You can see the name, everything has come, the age, everything has come. Consultant, okay, I can say select. So automatically referral I don't have. Examiner, I'm selecting it. And any remark about that particular patient you want to type in, so you can type in, it will come in the report. Okay. So now everything is ready. So this is the, these are all the different tests. So if I starting with Doppler, but it will not allow me to do. Let me see. Okay, it says ask me to complete the patient data. Okay, so I have to enter the patient data. Height of the patient 173 centimeter. It should be in centimeter. Weight, let me say 85. Okay, 83. Automatically BMI is calculated. Fasting sugar, let me say 95. Postprandial 110. HbA1c 8. Total cholesterol 190. Then HDL, I'm just putting some random value. LDL, okay. And then systolic pressure. Okay. The next is medical history. Okay, type of DM, whether type 2, type 1, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes or none. Okay, so I am selecting none. Okay. And then history of amputation. Okay. If everything is no, you can straight away select no. All the data are not no. Otherwise, you can one after another, you can select the data and then you finish it. So then this is the physical examination. It's about the dermatological examination, about the nail, the skin. Okay, okay. And then this is about whether it's hammer toe or claw toe, bunion. Okay, all these things, and the vascular examination, and finally footwear examination. Once you do this, then it will allow you to go into the Doppler. Okay, you can see a line is going at the bottom. So now the device is connected. Okay, in case if the device is disconnected, that means the USB cable is not connected. On the top you can see Doppler and PPG. You can say Doppler and PPG. Here you can see application setting. So interpretation on off, because some customers they insist the system should not do any interpretation. They want only the values and they don't want interpretation. In that case you can switch off. Now it is on, by default it is on. Application title, sorry, application title. Okay, arterial Doppler study for PAD. You can say ankle brachial index report, whatever it is you want. You can edit it and you can save it. Okay, and then spot recorder. So this is the order in which the recording is done. It always starts with right brachial, right posterior tibial, right dorsalis pedis, left brachial, like that, and then right toe and left toe. From right brachial to left dorsalis pedis, it is Doppler, and right and left toe we are using the PPG toe sensor, light sensor. Okay, so this is the order normally we do it. In case you want to change it, okay, you can see it goes down actually. So you can do it like that and then save, and then it will come. And if you want to go back to the default, then always when you click default, then it will come to the default effect settings. Okay, these are all one-time settings, and this is filter. Of course, we will tell you when to use actually. If there is any noise in the signal, then we will set it. Suppose in case without our presence if you are getting it, then we will direct you to change it to filter 1 or filter 2. Okay, so everything is ready now. Let me show you. Okay, I am removing the Doppler, the USB cable. You can see immediately it says device not connected, communication error, device disconnected, switch off and switch on again and click the refresh button. So I am again connecting the USB cable, switching on the unit and then switching on the unit, refreshing it. You see it's changed again, Doppler and PPG. So whenever you get this communication error, that means it indicates your device, that is Minilab, and the computer has lost contact. So maybe somebody would have removed the cable, or the Minilab power is off, or some defect. Okay, so you have to check, and then as per the procedure, then you will get connected. So then you can do the full test. So after doing the test, okay, so here waveform automatically will come, and see you have a box here. Okay, this box is the one which is going to come in the final report. Okay, that we have to record after getting the proper sound, after seeing the proper waveform in this bigger box. We have the remote. By pressing the remote, then the waveform is recorded here. Okay, and once you record, and then you have to measure the BP and note it in the BP, or you can type it in the box. Then the value here will automatically change to the next value. Okay, so just for demonstration, I can show you 1 second. You can see I'm just recording it. You can see the number on the top. I mean the waveform is on the top, and you see the value is changed to right posterior tibial. Again I am recording it. I mean BP is done. I will usually write it in a paper. I will enter it at the end. So now I am doing it. We move the probe to the posterior tibial, getting the good sound, and then recording it. Okay, so like that, the number keep changing it, and then after you complete it, then you save. Okay, now I have not done anything, but still it is asking, do you want to save? So I just say yes for them. Okay, and then from here I can go to the next test, VPT, that is biopiezometer, vibration perception threshold. Okay, or I can go to the main screen. Now we are in VPT screen. So interpretation, you can, if you want, you can make on off, and you can see the interpretation rule. So 15 and less considered normal, 15 to above 15, that means 16 to 20 are mild, 21 to 25 are moderate, and beyond 25 are abnormal or severe actually. And you can always change it, edit it, the wordings and also the numbers. At any point you can change it actually. And whenever you are changing it, if you want to come back to factory set, then you always say restore default. It will come to this particular value. Okay, and then application title, you can change this. If you want, you can say vibration perception threshold test, whatever it is, you can change it here. Okay, so this is the screen, and you can see here this is the number which actually I'm getting it from the device. So see, I'm changing it, it is changing it. Okay, we have 6 box in each foot actually, and you can see a green color background with a tick mark. Okay, so this tick mark is used, you can see here, select all. Okay, suppose if the particular patient has got a right foot amputation, okay, he has got only left foot, so that means you cannot measure on the right foot, so I have deselected. So red means not going to get recorded. Okay, so again selecting it all, so all are come. Let us assume the patient does not have a great toe, it's an amputation, so you just click the green here on the toe. Okay, it becomes red, cursor will blink on the first metatarsal. Okay, that means after completing my right side, it will go to left. Let's see. Okay, I'm recording it just for the demonstration. I am having the same value. So you can see now from heel, instead of going to the left toe, it has come to the assuming okay, you have done it. Okay, you feel that there is you have done it wrong in the left in step. You want to try again, so you click it. It become black. It will ask, do you want to overwrite? Say yes. Okay, then you can now you can change the value and then record. You can see it has become 23 now. Okay, so automatically the average also changed to 15, otherwise it would have been 13. So this is the VPT. So the advantage here is you can select or deselect some point. Okay, whenever there is an amputation or if there is a wound where you cannot test it, please do not test it on an open wound. Only test it on area which is covered intact. Okay, so now we have not tested on the left toe, so I have completed it. So I am saving it. I'm going to monofilament. Okay, since the patient remains the same, automatically if you see the left toe, it is become yellow. Yellow means not recorded. So from VPT it is automatically coming and it is deselected. So this by default you will see only green. That means the patient is feeling the sense. After testing, if you find that some spots are patients are not feeling it, so I can select those spots. Okay, okay, these are the two spots he has not felt it, so then I can select this actually. So I can save this. Okay, just I will show you how it will look in the print. You can see XX means absent, tick mark means present, NR means not recorded. Here on this toe it is XX, I made it, and the heel also I made it XX, and the left toe it is not recorded. So this is how the report will look like. Okay, so from here we can go to the Podia scan. So here also you have an application setting. This is mainly only for title. You can change the title here if you want. That is a reporting title. Okay, so now we can move to Podia scan. So this is the Podia scan screen. Here you have an application setting. Okay, so the title, if you want, you can change the title. Then the physical examination measurement, by default it is off. If you want, you can make it on. So I will show you with on. So once I on, then you will get an additional measurement required, like the length of the foot, the breadth of the foot CD, and the toe box height, the toe maximum height, and then the circumference at metatarsal area, and then the circumference of dorsal area. So this will tell you about if there is any edema, then this will give some indication to the footwear manufacturer. Okay, if you have some arrangement with some footwear supplier, then these measurements are mandatory. Suppose if you don't have a footwear supplier or do not want this, then you can switch off the recording. So I will make this on. Okay, so then so that we will do the complete test. Okay, so now I press scan and then select Canon E470, and also there is via Canon E470. We usually recommend the Canon 470 series instead of Via series. Okay, there are some advantages in Canon E470. The measurements it will remember, the settings it will remember for longer time. So we prefer this. In case somebody wants to review it with WA, then it is fine. In both ways it works. So I select E470 Canon, then left acquire. The advantage in this system is actually whatever is the previous setting, it will remember. So probably this is for the one of the previous patient what we have demonstrated, and you can see it is usually you should do it in advanced mode, um, but it is remembering it actually. Otherwise, okay, color mode you have to select from color, grayscale, black and white. You have to select grayscale, and then output resolution. Okay, you have so many things. You have to select 75. Okay, or you can type in 75. These are the two settings you have to do. Once you do this, most of the time it will remember. Okay, so I do a preview. Now it is doing the scanning. Okay, see now I am getting the entire paper output, but what we need to do, please remember, what we need to do is only the foot. So I have to crop it, I have to mark it. Just keep the cursor in one corner and click the left mouse and then roll it down. You get the box and then you leave it. Okay, now you get a dotted. So this is the actual foot image. So if you want to do something modification, you can modify it. We don't want the entire area, we need only the foot image. Now I say scan. It is doing the image processing. Now you are getting the image. Okay, the red represents high pressure. Okay, so I am opening the scanner box and then replacing the paper with the left foot with the right foot. So I just keeping it down, close it, and then I do the right acquire. So you can check grayscale is fixed. Just see preview. Okay, so now I do the cropping. Okay, now this is correct. Scan. So scan, applying the image processing. Okay, now you are getting the image. So both the foot images looks correct. We don't need any adjustments. In case we feel some small blue mark is there, if you want to remove, so you can, yes, there is an adjustment here. Okay, sorry, you have to actually move this for for removing minus. So just applying it. Okay, you can see it is removed extra, and we have something here. So I will adjust it. It is not needed. If you want something very clear, see, you can remove it actually. So if you want to fully remove it, then okay. But the image is also little bit of changes are there. So you can adjust it now. So now once it is done, close. You can see the image is brought forward. Then I have to type in the value. I don't have the value, I have not measured it, but just for information I am typing some value. Okay. What I will do is minimum 198. Okay, so this is the 100. Okay, 98. CD, okay, 48. M circumference, let's say 110. This also 600. Okay, 90. So we have done the measurements, and if you want any remarks, you can type in your remark. Then you save it. Okay. Then you go to the temperature. Food temperature. So we have the IR thermometer. So with the IR thermometer, you have to take the pressure, the temperature, either in Celsius or in Fahrenheit. Then you have to type in all the values. Okay. So the difference between successive point, like toe to toe difference, should be less than 2 degree centigrade. Okay. If it is more than 2 degree centigrade, then the, the point which is having higher temperature is having some metabolic change. Actually, there is some inflammation is happening, so you have to take care of that. Actually, just an idea. Okay. So since I have not done it, it will not allow me to save. So I am going to home. So these are all the complete tests. So we have done it. See, whenever I complete a test, it will be in green mark with a tick. Whenever I have not done it, because Kodia scan I have not done, food temperature I have not done, it is in red. So when I say all preview, it will show me the master report. Okay, and then the Doppler, bathymeter, and monofilament. You can see NR. Okay, and here it was red mark, so double X. Double X means absent. Tick mark is present. NR is not recorded. Okay, so that's it. Close it. I will just show you the master report, how it look like. Okay, so I will make it bigger. Okay, you can see the top we will have the hospital logo and the hospital name and address. By default, it will be our detail. You can always edit it. Then the patient details, the date, and then the visit number also it will show. Now this is for Suresh. It is for this particular ID, the second visit. Okay. So height, weight, everything is there. Whatever is the clinical history, and then medical history. Okay, everything symptoms, everything is captured here, and then these are all actual measurements. Okay, for ABI, TBI, because I have not entered the BP, so it says NR. So naturally there is no value, and this is the biosthisiometry average 2222, and then this is the thermometer value. I have not done it blank. Monofilament, okay, it is absent, not recorded, the rest present. So ABI based on that it gives you an interpretation. Biothisiometry based on the value it gives you interpretation, but there is no interpretation except for biothisiometer because we have 2222. So these are the guidelines. So between 21 and 25 it is moderate, so you are getting a moderate. Okay, so the remarks you are not typed, so if you have typed it, it will get it. This remark with on the front page. This is the Podia scan remark. Okay, the consultant name and then specialization. So this will come in the master report. Okay, so let us see export. Okay, so if I want to export this, so I will select desktop. It's a okay folder called temp. I'm using it. So in the temp folder, it will export the data. See, it is exporting it. Okay. Same way. Okay. So you can see here master report. Yeah. Data are exported. Data are exported here. So for email, I click email. You will get a template now. Okay, mail to whom I should send. From here I can select. Already if I typed it, the referral ID, so it is there. So kumar@gmail.com. So it will go to drkumar@gmail.com. And I can type in mail ID also. I can say masmedi@gmail.com. This is one mail ID. I can say add. So the mail ID is added in the bottom. Like that, you can add multiple mail ID and then send the email. So email is being sent. Okay. So maybe that Kumar Gmail is not a correct email at Gmail ID. So it is giving a error actually. SMTP means out actually. So this is an error. So you have to have correct mail ID. So that's it. So we have seen complete all the menus. So now we will see one live demonstration so that you will understand how to take one complete test.
Now we are ready for the complete demonstration. Now unit is connected and then you can see the software is on and patient is ready. So we have tied the cuff, ankle cuff, the 2 numbers. The same cuff can also be used for arm. You can see here left brachial, right brachial, and the BP dial is also attached to that, and then right and left is connected. And we have the toe cuff. We will show it to you when the toe is measured. Now all the connectors are connected and now we are ready for the testing. Now we can see we have put it on the right brachial and you can see it on the screen. We are getting a very good multi-phasic sound. Okay. So I'll be using the hand switch and then by pressing record. So now I am writing on the top. Now we have to measure the blood pressure. So once you are above systole, the sound stops. Slowly when it is deflating, (110), we are getting the sound. And now we are keeping the probe at the posterior tibial. Now we are getting the very good sound, and you can see the multiphasic waveform is on the screen. Now I am using the record key. I am recording it. Now you can see it is getting replaced, and now we are measuring the blood pressure. So we keep pumping it. At one point the sound stops. (110) was the brachial. (112). So 112 is the right posterior tibial. So without changing the cuffs, we are now keeping the probe on the dorsalis pedis. Now we are getting a clear multiphasic sound. You can see it also on the screen now. By pressing foot switch, now I am recording it. The recording is done. So the recording is done. Now I will be doing the blood pressure measurement. When it is above the systole, the sound stops. By slowly deflating it, we will find out 120. We are getting the pressure. So this is the left brachial. We are getting very good waveform and sound. You can see it is multiphasic. Now I am recording it. So recording it, you can see on the top it is getting recorded. Now BP is going measured. Sound stops now. It slowly deflate. Increase it again. Deflate again. Okay, it is 118. 118 is the brachial. So now we are in left posterior tibial. You can see the location. Okay, so you are getting a multiphasic sound, and on the system also you are getting it very clearly. Now I am recording the waveform. Waveform is recorded. Now it is ready for BP. So now inflating it. Sound stops. Increase it. Slowly we are deflating it. It is 124. So 124 is the posterior tibial systolic pressure. Now without changing the cuff, we will be testing at dorsalis pedis. Now you are getting a very good sound. You can see it on the system also, you are getting very clear sound. Now I am recording it. Now the waveform is recorded. Now it's ready for blood pressure. So above systole, sound stops. Slowly we are deflating it. It is 118 systolic. Now we have to do that toe pressure. Now the toe cuff is to be tied at the root of the toe, maximum possible down. Do not tight it, just roll it and wrap it. Okay, now cuff is tied, and then on the tip of the toe, the PPG sensor is just, this is also again gently rolled. You should not tight it. Okay, now it's ready. Now we have to, the software, we have to activate a switch called PPG. So the moment you select PPG, now PPG is selected, you will be getting the waveform now. So you are getting the waveform. If the temperature is very cold, then you may, due to vasoconstriction, we may not get a proper waveform. So in that situation, we have to rub the toe so that the toe becomes little warm, so the flow will increase. So now it is ready. Now I am pressing the hand switch and then replacing the waveform with the right PPG. You can see now a straight line is coming. Slowly we are reducing it. At one point the waveform will start coming. At that point we have to see the pressure. Yes. How much it is?
150.
It is actually 140 is the pressure. Now we are tying the cuff on the left toe. You can see. So we are just rubbing it to make it little warm. Then we have to just roll the PPG. Okay, once the PPG is rolled, you can see we are getting a waveform, and you also get a sound, a pulse. Usually the waveform is taller, you will get a pulse sound. You can see you are getting the pulse sound. If you are getting pulse sound, it will be easy for measuring the waveform and the blood pressure. Okay, now I will be recording it. So I am replacing the right toe waveform with the left toe. It's inflated, so sound, the waveform is completely stopped. Slowly we are deflating it. At one point, yes, how much?
138.
138. So it was in the right toe it was 140. On the left toe it is 138. You can see. Now all the measurements are done. So now we will see the preview. First we have to save. Okay, before that we have to enter the BP value. That's why it says BP value not entered. Do you want to save without okay, so now I will enter the BP value 110 right brachial, right posterior tibial 112 120 and then 140 is the right toe, and then left was 120 118 okay, 124 118 and then 138 is the toe pressure. The moment I calculate, then automatically you can see the AB index is given. So 1.2 is the right ABI and 1.05 is the left ABI, 1.19 is the right TBI, 1.17 is the left TBI. So now we have completed. So we have to save. So data is saved. Now I will be going to the preview. In the preview, we will be seeing the complete waveform. On the top, you will be seeing the hospital name and then the patient details, followed by the right brachial, left brachial, then right posterior tibial, right dorsalis pedis, and then right toe. On the left side, left brachial, left posterior tibial, left dorsalis pedis, and left toe. And also the blood pressure you can see in the boxes. And then ABI, TBI is indicated. And then this is the TAS2 guidelines reference. So as per the TAS2 guidelines, based on the ABI, TBI, and then it gives the result, normal right arterial study and the normal left arterial study. Okay, so this completes the demonstration of this particular patient. So we have to close this, or if you want you can take a print out, and then the next is from here we can move on to VPT, that is vibration perception biothesiometer. So I click this here. Now you can see the screen is changing. It changed to the foot plantar surface, and then you can see the number digit 0 is here displayed. Okay, now we will see how it is being done. Okay, now we are ready with the biothesiometer. You can see. Okay, so this is the probe. The probe has got two keys. One is check, another one is record. You can also use the hand remote for recording. Recording means the data from the device goes to the computer. That's recording. So either you can use this or this. For convenience sake, I will be using the probe itself. So I will just keep this. Now one is check. Check is mainly in case because all the readings are taken on patient's confirmation only. So it produces a vibration. It's like an electronic tuning fork. It vibrates between 0 and 50 volt, internationally accepted value. So the patient has to say at one vibration strength, he should say, he will be feeling the vibration. So, but we are not very sure about it. So when I check, when I press check, the vibration in the probe is stopped. So patient should say, I am not feeling it. Then when I release it, he should say, I am feeling it. That means what he is perceiving is correct and the reading is right. Even after I stop the vibration, if the patient says they are getting it, then that means they have not understood, or they are trying to fool us. So in that case, we have to again start from the beginning. Maybe we should increase it a little bit higher and then start doing the test. Okay, and these are all the points to be tested. Okay, from great toe to heel on both sides, and the same thing is also in the software. You can see the boxes are there actually. Okay, Now we will start testing it. So before testing it, we have to increase it. So as you rotate the knob, you can see in the software also the number is increasing. You can see within the software you have a number increasing, decreasing. Okay. So now before doing it, we will keep it at 20, and we will first now we are keeping it at 20. We will show it on the hand, patient hand. So it's a strong vibration, and patient should be able to understand the vibration. Do you feel it?
Yes.
So he's press check. So do you feel it now?
No.
Release it. So now you feel it.
Yes.
So he understood. Now he has to say the same thing whether he is getting in the foot. So we will be reducing it to 0, and then probe is now on the right great toe. Gently we will be touching it, and then we will increase it till the patient gets the vibration. Do you feel it?
Yes.
So he is getting at 9. So 8 actually, he is getting at 8. So we will check press. Do you feel it now?
No.
Do you feel it now?
Yes.
So that means the value is right. So we now record it. When we record it, so you get a beep sound, and then the data is recorded on the box, and then now the black cursor is come to the first metatarsal head. Now the probe is kept in the first metatarsal head. So reduced, and then slowly I am increasing it. Do you feel it now?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
So at 9 he is getting the feeling. Check.
No.
Release.
Yes.
So he is getting the value. Then we are recording it. You get a beep sound. It's recorded. Now we go to the third metatarsal head. The same way we reduce it to 0. Slowly we increase it. At one point, patient will get the feeling. Do you feel it?
Yes.
So 9 you are getting it. Check. Do you feel it?
No.
Now?
Yes.
So right value, I am recording it. So like that, the readings are recorded in all the spots. Now we are in the fifth metatarsal head. We are recording it, and then in the instep, do you feel it now?
No. Yes.
So now he is getting it. We are check it. Do you feel it?
No.
Okay. Now recording it. Now finally in the heel. Do you feel it now?
Yes.
So we will record it. So we completed one foot. So now we will move to the left foot the same way. It starts with great toe. Gently touch, and then I am increasing it from 0. Do you feel it now?
Yes.
Check it.
No.
So what he is getting is right. Now we are recording it. The cursor moved to the first metatarsal head. So then again I am increasing slowly. Do you feel it now?
Yes.
So he is getting it at 8, recording it. Then third metatarsal head, 0. Slowly I am increasing it. Do you feel it?
Yes. Yes.
So 8 he is getting. Check. Okay, we recorded. Okay, we will go to the fifth metatarsal head, 0, and slowly I am increasing it. Tell me when you are feeling it.
Yes.
Okay, 8 he is feeling. Check. Do you feel it now?
No.
Okay, now he is not feeling, so I will make it. Do you feel?
Yes.
Check. Do you feel it now?
No.
Now?
Yes.
Okay, record it. So in step. So we are again increasing it. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Okay, record. Heel, finally we are testing in the heel, last point. We are slowly increasing. Tell me when you are feeling it.
Yes.
Okay. So we have completed. Immediately after completing, the average for both foot has come, and based on that it gives the interpretation normal study. Okay, so you can save this. After saving this, you can see, if you want you can see preview, or we can straight away go to monofilament. Okay, so this is the monofilament. Okay, so this is the filament which is designed and calibrated such that when it buckles, okay, that means when it bends, that is equivalent to giving 10 gram of force. So the testing points are the same. Okay, so we will test in each spot, and then we will record the data in the software. Here there is no electronic, and hence it is not connected directly to the device, so we have to only work with the software. Okay, so now we will start with the toe. Do you feel?
Yes.
Close your eyes. Do you feel where it is?
Great toe.
Great toe. Okay. Now
No.
you don't feel?
Yes.
Where is it?
First minute.
First metatarsal. So third metatarsal. Do you feel it now?
No. Yes.
Okay. Then fifth metatarsal.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Instep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Heel. You should bend little bit. Okay. And then you should hold it for 2 seconds. Then you have to take it. Do you feel it?
Yes.
So our right side, he is feeling all the points, and now we will test it on the left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
So in both the foot, he has seen is feeling the protective touch sense. So now this we have to enter in the software. It is already all are shown green. So green means present, red means absent, yellow means not recorded. So since he has felt everything, so I don't have to change. Otherwise, when I click this spot, you can see now it become red. That means absent. So this means not recorded. But now it's green. So all the points are green. So I don't have to change anything. I'm just saving it. So now I'm going for the Podia scan. That is the foot pressure measurement system. Scan. Podia scan is used for measuring the foot pressure, and also it helps you to identify the arch of the foot, whether they have a normal arch, high or low arch, or flat foot. So this is using a Paris mat. Along with the software, it gives you a colorful report based on the high pressure. So the parts of this product are a Harris mat with all the accessories, and then an interface box with an electronic hard lock built inside, and then USB cable, and then a detailed user manual. So this needs to be connected with your computer and the scanner copier printer. We recommend either Canon E470 all-in-one printer like this. Okay, so this one supports our product. You can use this economical model of E470, or you can use HP Ink Tank Advantage all-in-one system like 2135 series you can have. So these are the two things we normally offer. in case if you feel like you want to go with ink tank version of either HP or Epson, you can use them. Most of these newer ink tank models are supported by our software. Normally we don't recommend Brother all-in-one system because the output from the Brother model is not in line with our software, so you may get a distorted output. So we recommend HP, Canon or Epson. These are the only three different makes you can buy and use it. Now we will see how they are being used. The foot imprinter is supplied with the following items. So this will be supplied in a bag like this. You have the Harris mat with the prescription paper or the reporting paper, and then it also comes with an ink pad, okay, and then a roller, a rubber roller, and ink pad. There are different ink pads. It's a normal ink pad, but we recommend this particular ink pad basically because the inks are water soluble and it has got very less alcohol content. So whereas the other conventional ink pads have high alcohol content, so that will spoil the Harris mat in the long run. So this is very useful. When you wash, the ink will go away after some time. So we need to periodically wash the mat every once in a month, so that the excess ink settled on the mat can be removed. So this will help you for a longer life. And this is the ink. Okay. So all these inks and pads can be purchased from us, or if you find it difficult, then you contact us. We will send you an alternate supply. Okay. And we also supply a small inch tape, measurement tapes. Okay. These are the complete kits. We give 100 sheets. Either you can make it yourself with the help of a local printer or a stationery supplier. Otherwise, you can also buy from us. So this cost approximately about 500 rupees in Indian rupees. Okay. This is a 120 GSM Maplitho paper. We were using it. You can use any thick paper, 120 GSM, but it should not absorb the ink quickly. Okay, that is one of the factor you have to consider. Then if you are having anything, you can try it out. Maybe you can do a trial and error method, find out which kind of local paper is supporting you, then you can make it. And the dimension, you need this size because it has to go inside the Harris mat. So when you are making the paper, you give this one sample to them for the supplier, so that they will make and then give it to you as a book like this. So we have our name, okay, and then some information on the top, and you can see here, draw the foot, okay, and then some measurements. In case if you are using this for making footwear, then you can do this. If you are using it only for an investigation purpose, diagnostic tool, without any measurements, then you don't have to use this particular page. So normally what we do is, we take one paper, on the other side, if you see, okay, it's a plain. So this will be kept in the Harris mat, and then the recording will be done, and the recording will be like this. Now we have this ink pad. So it's just, we open the ink pad, and this is the rubber roller. So we have to apply the roller on the ink pad. With couple of rolling, you can see the ink is transferred to the roller. Now it is transferred to the mat. There are two sides of mat. You can see this side there is a grid. You can see square marks are there. On the other side it will be a plain surface. So you apply it. So now you can see this is a plain one. So this is where the patient has to walk. Now I will keep the paper. We already shown you the paper. So the paper is kept. Okay. It goes inside and then it is rolled. Now you can see it's a plain surface. So we will be keeping it down, and the patient will walk on top of it one step at a time. So now he has taken, open it. Now he will be getting the printout. You can see it's a printout. So you will apply one more time the same ink, just one. Okay. Now it is ready. Now he will keep the one more sheet for the other foot. Earlier he walked with his right foot, so he'll be walking with his left foot now. Okay. Now it's ready. You have to make the pen vertical and then just draw the outline. Now outline is measured. The length can be measured now with a tape. It is, how much it is? 250 millimeter. 247. Okay. It is written on that. That is how much? 90, 95? 95 millimeter. Now the circumference at the metatarsal head area is being done, dorsum area. All these measurements are very useful because sometimes patient may have an edema. So with the edema, if the footwear size is not properly measured, then the footwear what is supplied by the supplier will be very tight for the patient. So this is the output we have received from the Harris mat. Okay, this is left foot and the right foot of the same patient. Okay, you can see here the high pressure areas. Okay, so let's see how this is converted into a color scale. We have to put it in the scanner and then apply the software. This is put it in the scanner, and then now we will be scanning using the software.
So this is the PodiaScan screen. Here you have an application setting. Okay, so the title, if you want, you can change the title. Then the physical examination measurement. By default it is off. If you want, you can make it on. So I will show you with on. So once I on, then you will get an additional measurement required, like the length of the foot, the breadth of the foot CD, and the toe box height, or the toe maximum height, and then the circumference at metatarsal area, and then the circumference at dorsum area. So this will tell you about if there is any edema, then this will give some indication to the footwear manufacturer. Okay, if you have some arrangement with some footwear supplier, then these measurements are mandatory. Suppose if you don't have a footwear supplier or do not want this, then you can switch off the recording. So I will make this on. Okay, so then so that we will do the complete test. Okay, so now I press scan and then select Canon E470, and also there is Voyage Canon E470. We usually recommend the Canon 470 series instead of Via series. Okay, there are some advantages in Canon E470. The measurements it will remember, the settings it will remember for longer time. So we prefer this. In case somebody wants to review it with WA, then it is fine. In both ways it works. So I select E470 Canon, then left acquire. The advantage in this system is actually whatever is the previous setting, it will remember. So probably this is for the one of the previous patient what we have demonstrated, and you can see it is usually you should do it in advanced mode, but it is remembering it actually. Otherwise, okay, color mode you have to select from color grayscale black and white, you have to select grayscale, and then output resolution. Okay, you have so many things, you have to select 75. Okay, or you can type in 75. These are the two settings you have to do. Once you do this, most of the time it will remember. Okay, so I do a preview. Now it is doing the scanning. Okay, see, now I am getting the entire paper output, but what we need to do, please remember, what we need to do is only the foot. So I have to crop it, I have to mark it. Just keep the cursor in one corner and click the left mouse and then roll it down. You get the box and then you leave it. Okay, now you get a dotted. So this is the actual foot image. So if you want to do something modification, you can modify it. We don't want the entire area, we need only the foot image. Now I say scan. It is doing the image processing. Now you are getting the image. Okay, the red represents high pressure. Okay, so I am opening the scanner box and then replacing the paper with the left foot with the right foot. So I just keeping it down, close it, and then I do the right acquire. So we can check grayscale is fixed. Just see preview. Okay, so now I do the cropping. Okay, now this is correct. Scan. So scan, applying the image processing. Okay, now you are getting the image. So both the foot images looks correct. We don't need any adjustments. In case we feel some small blue mark is there, if you want to remove, so you can, yes, there is an adjustment here. Okay, sorry, you have to actually move this for for removing minus. So just applying it. Okay, you can see it is removed extra, and we have something here, so I will adjust it. It is not needed. If you want something very clear, see, you can remove it actually. So if you want to fully remove it, then okay, but the image is also little bit of changes are there, so you can adjust it now. So now once it is done, close. You can see the image is brought forward. Then I have to type in the value. I don't have the value, I have not measured it, but just for information I am typing some value. Okay. what I do is thermometer 198. Okay, should be less than 100. Okay, 98. CD, okay, 48. M circumference, let's say 110. This also 600. Okay, 90. So we have done the measurements, and if you want any remarks, you can type in your remark. Then you save it. Okay. Then you go to the temperature.
Okay, this is the non-contact IR foot thermometer FT4. So this is part of the mini lab. So the software is indicating you the list of places where you have to measure. Okay, so these are the places you have to measure the temperature. So you have to point. Okay, press it, you get a red spot and then release it. Okay, note down the temperature, it is 26.1. So we will write this temperature for every spot. Again, this is 26.7. Third metatarsal, it is 26.9. 25.8. Instep 27.4. 26.7. So left foot 26.1. 26.8. Third metatarsal 27.2. 26.4. 27.5. 26.7. So these are the different values
Then the foot temperature measurement screen. So we have here application setting where you can change the temperature from degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. Okay, once you change it, then you will have this here. Now it's in Celsius, otherwise it will be in Fahrenheit. You also have one more setting for reporter heading. This is, if you want, you can edit, you can correct, and then you can save. Then on the report, you will have this title. So we have already recorded the temperature in both the foot. So I have written it in a paper, which I have to key in here. So 26.1, 26.7, 26.9, 25.8, 27.7, sorry, for 0.4, 26.7, and then 26.1, 26.8, 27.2, 26.4, 27.5, 26.7, and then on DASM 26.7, 26.4. So these are the values we recorded and then we applied it here. So the point is the difference between the same point should be less than 2 degrees centigrade. See, if you take that toe to toe, 26.1 and 26.1. The metatarsal head 26.7, 26.8. So the values are less than 2 actually. If the values are more than 2, that means the one is on the higher side indicates some kind of inflammation. So we need to monitor and then take corrective action. So we are done the temperature. I am saving it and then I am coming back to the home. So now we have completed all the tests. This is the home screen. If you see in the home screen, so we have all the points in green and with tick mark. So we have done ABI, TBI, VPT completed, monofilament, Korea scan completed, and the foot temperature just now we completed. So all the points are tested and now ready actually. So you can clicking all preview, you can see all the values. Okay, so now zoom it. Okay, so this is a master report with the hospital name and logo. Though it is in our name, you can edit it and correct it with your logo and with your hospital name and address. Then the patient details, the clinical history, and then medical history with symptoms, past history. Okay, and then dermatological exam, musculoskeletal exam, vascular exam, footwear exam, followed by the actual measurements what we have done. So the ABA, TB, the pressures, the indexes, so biothermometry, average value, and then for the foot temperature, right, left, and then for the monofilament. So this is the ABA final interpretation, and then this is the values. It is in the green. So whenever it is green, it is normal. What is green? 0.91 to 1.4. Okay, this is the task 2 guidelines. As per the guidelines, you have the graph. So these dots represent the actual value. Okay. So for the VPT, again, this is the guideline. This guideline can be edited. So in your main page, then as per the guideline, you will get the results. Here again, green normal, mild, moderate, and severe. Okay. So this is the master report. Then we will go to the next. Okay, this is the Doppler. You can see the brachial right left, positival right left, dorsalis pedis right left, and then toe right left with the pressures here. Okay, and then the ABA, TBA, task 2 guidelines, and then the interpretation. Okay, so next is VPT. You can see the VPT average value 9, and then as per the interpretation, it is normal. Monofilament, since the patient felt in all the points, all are tick mark. Then we have the Korea scan with the measurement. In case if we have not done the measurement, then the foot size will be little longer, so that it will be looking little bigger actually. Otherwise, it is the same image. Only thing is you will not have these boxes and then the images. Okay, and finally the temperature. You can see here right foot, left foot, and then the difference. Okay, if this difference is greater than 2.2 degrees centigrade or 4 degree Fahrenheit, that means that particular point is considered at risk. Okay. So this covers everything. So we have 6-page report you will get. So we have already seen how to export, how to email. Okay, so with this we have completed. And just for information, suppose if the patient again comes for review, okay, so in that case you can select old, select the patient name, okay, and then go to the Doppler VPT one after another. So as usual, when you click it, then it will go inside and then you can do all the tests. Okay, edit actually you have done a test, so then you feel you have done something wrong. Okay, maybe the name So I want to change it actually, so I can change it now. Okay, so then save it. Then in case if you feel that I need to change some values in one of the tests, then let's see in the monofilament. Okay, so this is the report, actual report. I mean, maybe we find out that um, we are not getting some more points. Okay, so you can just do this and then save it. Okay, so you can come to the home screen, and if you want feel that you want to change something else for the foot temperature or podias scan or Doppler, you can still do that. Okay, so now if you click the preview, then you will get all the previews, and then you can take the print. So this is for the edit. Either you can change the patient details like age, sex, ID and all, or if you feel any one of the tests needs some you want to do redo it, then you can redo it. That's the advantage of edit. Okay, and then the reports you can see all the saved information. Okay, um, so as long as the data are not corrupted, so you will have the entire list of patient details. So you can just select the patient, or you can type the patient. Okay, search it by name or by ID, and then select, and then multiple. Okay, I will select some other name. Okay, so that I will show you something else. Okay, so Suresh, you see here multiple visits, so 4 times he has visited. So you can see all the values. Okay, if you want, you can select everything, and then so maybe I want to see the 24th April, then I can go and check the preview. I will get all the pages. Or if you want to see only Doppler, so you can click Doppler. Okay, so then only Doppler you will get it actually. So if you want to see each and everything, then you can go for all preview, or if you want to see only one particular test, then you can select that particular test. You will see that particular test alone. You will not see the other reports. So that's about the reports. So we have covered everything. On the top you see it's a communication error, device not connected. I switched off because we have done all the tests. Since I switched off, the connection between the device and the laptop is disconnected, so that is why it says communication error, device not connected. If I want to do the test again, I have to switch on, and then automatically this will become all right. Or I can just say find the port, then it will just connect it automatically. Okay, so completed the whole test. If you have any doubts or clarifications, please do contact us.